Welcome to Fire Engineering's Training Minutes. I'm David Rhodes and we're back at the Guardian Center Commuter Rail Training Facility. I'm joined again by Scott Brantley. Scott, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
We got a couple scenarios to go over here at an emergency with a person trapped on the platform. Our scenario here today is that we have a victim who is stuck between the platform and the rail car. Now this is a very common occurrence. Well, the first thing we need to know is, how did this occur? Did this happen because the person was trying to get back onto the platform and the train hit them and possibly rolled them and this is where they stopped? Or was this person safe up under the platform, the train stopped, and then this person tried to squeeze his way up through? So this person is stuck, Scott. We do have a safety area under the platform so that if somebody does go down to retrieve a cell phone, even though they're not supposed to,
right,
it does happen. They are safe if they stay under this platform. But oftentimes we see that they panic and they try, and this is what happens. So what do we have to do to get this person out?
Right, so our team will come in and our medic will do a quick primary assessment on the patient while the rescue team sets up their airbags. And what they're going to do is actually use the airbags to lift the train away from the platform to extricate the victim.
All right, these trains are sitting on top of what's called trucks, just like a regular freight train. The train suspension will actually allow the train to push away from the platform and we'll be able to lift the victim up. All right, and we have to remember there's a lot of components to these rail incidents. We have to notify track control. We got to get the power taken down on the track so that we can get down below, and we cannot get below until we get permission from that rail control. We've got our security securing the area. We've gotten all the people off the train, and now we're ready to go. Right. I'm going to head below with a rescuer to check out for injuries and see what we can do below while Scott manages the rescue from up here.
Great. All right, the first one of the crew to come in will be our medic, and he's going to do a quick primary assessment. We do have a viable patient. So you'll see the crew setting up step chalks here. Next, they'll bring the airbags in, and they'll set up to push the train away from the platform to free the victim. We also have a hasty harness here we can put on the victim that'll enable us to pull him up and out. Okay, while these guys are getting everything set up here, let's throw it down to David and see what it looks like from underneath.
All right, we're down below. We're underneath the catwalk and the platform, and we want to point out the collector shoe here. Even though the track power is down, we've made sure that the shunts and the grounding is in place. We still want to treat that as live, because if the power were to come up for some reason, then we would have 750 volts on that shoe. So we want to always avoid those collector shoes. So we're going to crawl around it. Now, as you can see, we've got a couple of feet under here to work with, and if you were ever to get on the train track, this is a safe area. You can actually survive sitting up here until the train moves, and then you can call for help. But we're going to look to see if the patient has any injuries down here, which we don't see anything. So our job down here is just going to be to help control the patient, help stabilize the cribbing as it moves, and then we're going to help push the patient back up.
All right, so you can see the crews are setting up airbags here. They've also put these panels in to give more surface area for the bag to push the train off of the platform. And as soon as we air this one up, we'll be ready to make the push off and free the victim. While he's doing that, we can take the hasty harness and go ahead and put it around the victim. Okay. As soon as he gets the harness ready, we'll continue to inflate the airbags, which should give us enough room to free the victim. We ready? Now you'll see as the airbags start to inflate, they'll create a gap between the platform and the train that'll actually push it away far enough for us to be able to pull this victim up and out, freeing him from his entrapment. Can you get anything? Stop. Okay, what they just did was reposition the step cribbing in there. That way, if anything happens with the airbags, it won't come back onto the victim. And they're going to create a little more room here. And out he comes, and now he can be transported by EMS to a hospital.
We hope you enjoyed today's edition of Fire Engineering Training Minutes. I'm David Rhodes here with Scott Brantley.